Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Drew's life on General Hospital may be entering a brand new chapter of danger, and the warning signs are already visible to those paying attention. It's not a gun, it's not a knife, and it's not a sudden ambush in a dark alley. This time, the threat appears far more insidious, a slow and calculated attempt that could unfold in the most unexpected places. Spoilers are hinting that Drew could become the victim of poisoning, and if that's the case, then viewers know this is no random accident. Someone is plotting, someone is patient, and someone believes poison is the most effective way to silence him once and for all. The shift in method says everything. In the past, attempts on Drew's life, or the lives of those around him, often leaned on physical confrontation, fights, crashes, ambushes. But poison? Poison is chosen by someone who wants to hide in the shadows, someone who doesn't want to be seen making the move, someone who needs time to let the damage creep in unnoticed. If Drew collapses suddenly, it could be written off as stress, exhaustion, or a medical crisis. That would buy the attempted killer more time, while the hospital staff scrambles to figure out why he's deteriorating. The subtlety of poisoning makes it the perfect weapon when the target is constantly surrounded by doctors and nurses who might otherwise stop an attack in progress. What's most chilling here is that Drew isn't just any random citizen in Port Charles. He's someone with connections, someone with enemies, and someone whose survival or downfall could change the balance of power in the city. Poisoning him is not simply about revenge. It's about strategy, about removing a piece from the chessboard without triggering alarms too quickly. The first question that needs to be asked is, who actually stands to benefit from Drew's downfall? The suspect list is longer than Drew himself probably realizes, and each possibility carries its own logic. One potential suspect could be Cyrus Renaud. Cyrus is never far from danger, and even when he pretends to be a changed man, his fingerprints usually show up on schemes that disrupt lives. If Drew has information that threatens Cyrus's freedom or influence, then eliminating him quietly could be the kind of power play Cyrus would attempt. Cyrus is known for sending messages that terrify his enemies, but he's also pragmatic. He understands that poisoning is cleaner than a messy public showdown. If Drew ends up incapacitated in a hospital bed, Cyrus wouldn't even need to dirty his own hands. Just pay someone with access to make the slip of toxin in Drew's system go unnoticed until it's too late. Another angle leads straight to Valentine Cassadine. Valentine's motives often run beneath the surface, and even when he plays the ally, there's usually a layer of self-preservation at work. If Drew's actions interfere with Valentine's business interests, ELQ matters, or personal safety, then Valentine could decide that neutralizing him without drawing suspicion is the only option. Poison lines up perfectly with a Cassadine-style plot, echoing the family's history of cunning, secretive methods. The Cassadines rarely swing swords in daylight. They strike from behind, leaving others scrambling to piece together the crime. But then there's Nina Reeves, a wild card in Drew's story. While Nina may not personally wish Drew harm, her recent decisions have put her in a precarious place. If someone believes that Drew is standing between Nina and happiness, whether it's through his role in exposing her secrets or his involvement in the fallout of her mistakes, then that person could target Drew as a way of hurting Nina indirectly. Poison, again, becomes the tool of choice when the intention is to destabilize lives without making a public scene. Imagine the turmoil if Drew collapses during a tense moment with Nina nearby. It would fuel guilt, confusion, and even more suspicion in every direction. Then there's the darker, quieter suspicion that someone in the Quartermain orbit might be behind it. ELQ power struggles never really disappear. With Drew playing a significant role in the company, eliminating him would shift control, profits, and influence dramatically. Poisoning him could be framed as a medical emergency, making the killer's hands appear clean while corporate battles continue as though nothing happened. The Quartermains are no strangers to betrayal, and poison would be an all-too-familiar method of resolving disputes without firing a shot. The fact that Drew might be poisoned also raises the question of access. Who is close enough to him to tamper with his food, his drinks, or even medication he might be prescribed? Someone on the inside has to be considered. Hospital staff, a so-called friend, or even someone pretending to offer him support could slip the substance into his system without him realizing. That narrows the suspect list to people Drew trusts, which makes the potential reveal all the more devastating. Betrayal hits harder when it comes from within. Another chilling possibility is that this poisoning attempt is not about Drew specifically at all. What if he's collateral damage? Someone could be aiming to send a warning to Carly, to Sam, or to Sonny by targeting Drew. If Drew collapses, those close to him will feel the weight of the attack just as heavily. The message would be clear: no one is safe, even those who believe they've weathered enough storms already. From a storytelling standpoint, poisoning also buys time for suspense. Unlike a car crash that delivers immediate drama, poison can stretch over multiple episodes. Viewers can watch Drew show subtle symptoms: fatigue, dizziness, unexplained weakness, long before he realizes something is terribly wrong. Each scene can build tension as the characters dismiss these warning signs as stress or lingering trauma. The audience, however, will know better. They'll recognize the breadcrumbs, and the suspense will mount with each scenes themselves could become a focal point. Once Drew is admitted, doctors will be stumped at first. Test results might come back inconclusive or point toward natural explanations. Only when someone starts piecing the puzzle together will the possibility of deliberate poisoning emerge. And when that happens, paranoia will set in. If someone poisoned Drew once, what's stopping them from trying again while he's lying vulnerable in a hospital bed? Security could tighten, guards could be posted, but that would only emphasize how serious the threat has become. Then comes the fallout. If Drew is poisoned, who will lead the charge in finding the culprit? Carly will undoubtedly fight to uncover the truth, furious that another person she cares about has been targeted. Sam will have to face the fear of losing Drew again, forcing her into action and possibly dragging her into dangerous investigations. Sonny may be compelled to get involved as well, if only to protect Carly by extension. And once Sonny starts pulling strings, the attempted killer will realize they've poked the wrong hornet's nest. What's especially compelling is the symbolism of poison in this storyline. Poison represents hidden danger, slow corruption, and the inability to trust even the most ordinary things. A glass of water, a cup of coffee, a prescribed pill, any of these could become lethal in the wrong hands. That constant uncertainty will ripple through Drew's circle, leaving everyone suspicious of everyone else. Who poured his drink? Who delivered his food? Who had access to his chart at the hospital? The paranoia will practically eat away at relationships. On another level, Drew's poisoning could tie into broader conspiracies. What if this is connected to pikemen or other hidden organizations lurking in the shadows of Port Charles? If Drew stumbled on sensitive information, removing him through poison would be a way to silence him before he could spread it. This would open the door to a much bigger plot, where Drew's suffering is just the beginning of a chain of events designed to shake the entire canvas. The attempted killer's new approach, choosing poison instead of direct attack, suggests calculation. It implies the enemy knows Drew is strong, resilient, and resourceful. Facing him directly would be risky, but catching him off guard with a toxin bypasses his strengths entirely. It's a coward's move, yes, but also an intelligent one. This enemy wants results, not theatrics. That's why the method matters as much as the motive. When the truth does come out, expect explosive confrontations. Imagine Drew, weak but recovering, learning exactly who slipped poison into his system. His response won't be quiet. Drew is not the type to let betrayal slide, especially when his life has been put at stake. Whether it's revenge, justice, or exposing someone close to him, his next steps could reshape the alliances in Port Charles. This storyline also puts viewers on edge because poison isn't guaranteed to kill. It can leave lasting damage, even after the antidote is found. Will Drew be permanently affected? Will he face neurological issues, memory lapses, or other long-term consequences? A survivor's arc could play out, where Drew must cope with lingering damage while still chasing down the culprit. That in itself adds drama and tension, because the villain's actions wouldn't just threaten his life in the moment, they'd alter his future indefinitely. So the big question remains, who's behind it and why now? Every path leads to a different suspect, a different motive, and a different set of consequences. Whether it's Cyrus protecting his empire, Valentine defending his interests, a Quartermain trying to seize LQ, or an unseen hand from the shadows, the fact remains that Drew's poisoning is deliberate. This is not random bad luck. This is someone's move in a dangerous game. And until the truth surfaces, every scene Drew shares with friends, family, or enemies will carry the undercurrent of suspicion. Every meal, every drink, every handshake could carry deadly consequences. Port Charles is already a place where trust is rare, but with poison in play, paranoia will become the dominant emotion. As this story unfolds, one thing is certain: Drew's battle for survival won't just be about overcoming a toxin. It'll be about discovering who among those he knows chose to strike from the shadows, and why they believe he had to be silenced now. The poison may be in his system, but the true danger is in the betrayal surrounding him, and when the reveal comes, it could shock every corner of Port Charles. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.